Thank you. Could we have our next speaker, please? Mr. White, how are you?
To be followed by Kathy Vining.
How you doing, Madam Mayor? To City Council and all of the managers and directors. I want to also talk about the January 28th quorum, and the city attorney keeps mentioning the FPPC, but you won't mention Section 1090. And Section 1090 is the rule that we're talking about. Also with the Rancon Real Estate and Rod Roberts' son, I know that doesn't matter because his son is not a dependent, but as of today, the state of California still says he works for Rancon Real Estate. When it comes to the conflict of interest, we're talking about Section 1090. We're not talking about the FPPC. We're talking about when contracts are done and when you have a financial interest. When you have a financial interest, you must not vote and you must recuse yourself. You can't even vote if you have to have a quorum. And to all the kids that are here today, when you have 5 city council members, in order for a vote to go through, you need at least 3 city council members sitting. So that's what a quorum is. You got to have a quorum. But you can't have a quorum if you have a 1090 violation. So right now we have a 1090 ethics violation because we're talking about a contract and we're talking about financial interest. So nobody should have even been here to fulfill the quorum. If you look at the Supreme Court says that a member cannot even fulfill a quorum if there's a 1090 violation or even a possible 1090 violation ethics violation happening. But that's what we did. We filled a quorum with a fishbowl. We actually dug into a fishbowl and pulled out a name, and we actually pulled out the president of Rancon Real Estate. How can the city council serve Temecula and serve Dan Stevenson and Rancon Real Estate at the same time? How can we have Comachero, president of Rancon Real Estate? How can we have Washington invested with Rancon Real Estate? How can we have Roberts, whose son works for Rancon Real Estate? How can we have Nagar, who's a consultant for Rancon Real Estate? And how can we have any one of you who gets all of your money from Rancon Real Estate for your elections? There was a case, Thompson versus California. City council member had sold a parcel of land to a third party, which in turn resold the property to the city. Despite the fact that the council member had abstained from the council vote that authorized the city's acquisition of the property and had acted throughout in good faith, the California Supreme Court concluded that he had violated Section 1090. As a sanction, the court required the council member to forfeit the entire sales price of $258,000 while the city was permitted to retain the property. Thus, where Section 1090 is violated, the government can get its money back without having to restore any of the benefits received under the contract. It states the fact that the contract is fair or even highly advantageous to the government, it's irrelevant. You broke the law. The mayor just said no one is allowed to break the law. This city council broke the law on January 28th with 1090. Talk about 1090, Mr. City Attorney.
Your time's up, Mr. White. Thank you.
Kathy Vining to be